Thanks, David. Good evening. A couple of minutes from 8 o'clock, the final Premiership action of the day. And just that Celtic Hearts game to come tomorrow afternoon once we are done in Ayrshire this evening. Jack Butland skippering Rangers this evening with James Tavernier on the bench. And it will be Robbie Dees, who's the armband for Kilmarnock in the absence of the suspended Brad Lyons. As these two meet for the second time this season, it was a 3-1 Rangers win at Ibrox at the end of October in what was Danny Rohl's first domestic game in charge. Cornelius, Danilo and Chermiti were the Rangers goal scorers, though George Stanger did make it 1-1 at one point. Rangers have won the last 3 meetings as they look to make it 4 straight wins against Killie and continue Danny Rohl's unbeaten start to Premiership life as Rangers manager. But it was under a lot of pressure the other night as that late Bayrami penalty salvaged a point at Tannadice. Kilmarnock without a win in their last 8, their longest winless run since 2021. Kevin Clancy's the referee, he's about to get things underway. Olawayemi in goal for Killie, Brown, Mayo, Dees and Dom Thompson, Kilty, Polworth, Watson, Anderson, Tiffany, Dackers, Rangers with Butland in goal, Aarons, Giga, Fernandez, Meghoma, Barron, Diamonde, Raskan, Gassama, Bayrami and Miovski. The referee's about ready as the smoke billows across Rugby Park in front of us. The first whistle from Kevin Clancy and Bruce Anderson rolls the ball back to his goalkeeper. Killie in the blue and white stripes going from right to left as we watch from the back of the main stand, shooting towards the Chadwick stand where the away supporters are housed. Rangers in one of their change colours, the all-orange kit, going from left to right towards the Moffat stand then as the ball does a bit of bouncing between heads in the midfield, and the header from Lewis Mayo is headed away by Fernandez, and then over on the far side it's controlled finally by Diamonde. His touch comes off James Brown last time out for a Rangers throw-in over on that far side. In this winless run Kilmarnock are on just now, they've scored just 5 and they've conceded 19. And they need to tighten things up, albeit a couple of draws against sides who you would imagine would be top 6 teams by the end of the campaign, though Dundee United having their own problems just now. As that goes out to play for a throw-in over there for Killie, which Brown is going to take level with the edge of the centre circle. Rangers on this fantastic unbeaten away Premiership run, which dates all the way back to last Boxing Day when they were beaten in Paisley by St Mirren. They haven't lost a Premiership match on the road since then, as that comes off Fernandez and out for a Kilmarnock throw-in level with the Rangers 18-yard line in front of the east stand over on the far side. Who will settle the quickest? It's bowled back the way to Brown, who rolls it into the penalty area. Dackers gets it under control, tries to roll it back out wide for Brown, but Connor Barron can get it from Meghoma, and Barron clears from inside his box with a left foot out for a throw-in to Killie over on the far side. And Gary Holt, Kilmarnock legend, Killie beginning the match in the Rangers half, and that's exactly what Stuart Kettlewell would have wanted.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite interesting. I think Dackers is pulled to the right and Anderson seems to be through the middle, but yeah, they're starting the front foot, they're getting in behind. It'll be interesting now to see if they do a long throw or whether they work it in, because I did imagine they would do that, but it doesn't look like Watson's taking it, so...
Yeah, it's been bowled into the penalty area at the right angle of the 6-yard box. Dackers holding off a couple of defenders. He's a giant up front for Kilmarnock. Back towards Brown, who's lost it, and then he fouls Diamonde, and that'll be a Rangers free kick in their defensive third, just a couple of goalless minutes in here. Billy Dodds.
Well, I don't think it's been a beautiful game so far, because there was about 6 or 7 headers just back and forward, and then Kilmarnock just get it and put it down that right channel and just try to get into those final third areas and help into the box. But that's the way the game's going to go. They're just going to try and put pressure on that Rangers defence, Liam.
Scrappy start as Polworth tries to spring a Tiffany down this left-hand side. Given away though, Rangers pick up in the midfield with Diamonde, threads it through to Miovski. The challenge comes from Dom Thompson, he's done well, wins it back, and then back to Dees, who clears into the Rangers half with a header from Giga to Aarons, nods it infield to Raskan with the up and under forward. Thompson's underneath it, nods it to his right for Dees, who smashes it up the pitch. Anderson heads it back the way, Raskan bundles it out of play, but there's a foul by Anderson on Giga. What's been a pretty scrappy start to proceedings here at Rugby Park. Killie 0, Rangers 0.
I'd say it's more than scrappy, to be honest, Liam. I think it's very much basketball. You have it, we have it. and back again. So no, hopefully it'll settle down. We'll see some proper football. But I think Kilmarnock have shown you what they're going to do. Every time it's dropped, it's just getting hooked on, it's getting put in behind, it's getting put up there. And to be fair, Bruce has put themselves about.
Well, Rangers have struggled for clean sheets, just 3 in the last 15. So Kettlewell knows there's a weakness there. He can try and exploit it. He's out for a throw into Rangers on the near side here. Max Aarons, who's come in for Tavernier tonight, takes it and bowls it back to Giga. Just outside his box, he rolls it back to Butland at the edge of his area. And inside the D, he rolls it to his left for Fernandez. It's not the centre-back pairing that Danny Rohl would ideally like to have out there, but with the likes of Cornelius and Suter out injured for a while yet, it seems this is what he has to go with. Nsiala's back on the bench tonight, but as Billy talked about, he was part of the coaching setup. He had an absolute nightmare in that opening 20 minutes. Last time Rangers were here when they were 2-0 down in double quick time, albeit turned it round to win 4-2. Nsiala is back on the bench as Rangers pick up with Diamonde into the Kilmarnock half to Bayrami. First time ball out to the left hand side for McHoma. Can't control it. Kilmarnock pinch it back over there. It's Dacker's back really deep inside his own half. As he digs it up the line, Anderson felt he was shoved by Fernandez and the referee disagrees. And it's now with Giga, who slots it left to right of the centre circle in his own half for Aarons. He finds Rascan to Aarons, who goes back to Jack Butland. 5 minutes on the clock. Killie 0, Rangers 0.
Yeah, it's not settled. You don't expect it. Both teams with a bit to prove, and it is. It's just been helped on. Plenty of pressure. You see Watson there onto Barron as quickly as he can. Nobody taking any chances in the game yet. Not going to get caught in possession. Rather be hooked on than been caught in and maybe counter-attacked.
Where do you see the future of David Watson, Gary? Out of contract at the end of the season, linked with all and sundry.
If I'm being honest, I'd sell him in January, because I think you've got to have a business head of making money. It looks like he won't sign a new deal, so sometimes you've just got to bite the hand and take what you can get rather than just be stubborn about it. I think we get caught with Armstrong.
What will they get for him, Gary? Because he's come through the academy. So you see Conor Barron, I mean, from Aberdeen, it was something like 500 grand.
Would a training fee be about the same amount they'd get as a transfer fee in January?
Yeah, I think so. But also the thing is, if he goes down south and that, I'm not sure how much we get.
That's different, yeah.
Yeah, you see, so I think they've just got to sometimes go, right, we'll just bite the bullet and take what we can get. But obviously they're in a situation where they need battlers, they need fighters, and to be fair, David's came back this season and he started really well, and he's been a kind of focal point in the team, whereas last season he struggled.
Drifted a bit.
He struggled at second season syndrome after the hype in the first year, so it's pleasing as a fan to see him back, but I don't see him being here long term.
There's Rascan for Rangers just inside Kilmarnock territory, right to centre, threads it through there for Diamonde. He gets it out to Aarons in the touchline, back in field to Diamonde. And then there's a free kick's going to be given here for Rangers. It's in a position where they can swing it into the penalty area as they try and make inroads. Just about maybe 8 or 9 yards away from the near side. Touchline's almost level with the edge of the D, actually, of the Kilmarnock box.
It's something that it's that fine line between aggression and game management, and David needs to learn that. That was a silly foul. There's no any danger there, and you've now given an opportunity to Rangers 7 minutes in. It's probably the first time the game's settled a wee bit, and you've given them a chance to put it in your box. So it is how he plays on the edge, but it's game management. You need to be a wee bit cleverer.
Chopped down Jiri Gassama, and Conor Barron is over the free kick here. A right footer into the box. Rangers have plenty inside the Kilmarnock area here. Barron flights it in, it's a header at goal, and it's held on to by Oluwayemi, and it was a header straight at him, but he's good confident gloves there.
Yeah, I think it was Miofsky that got there. There was a line of them getting in because they've got a false runner where Diamonde runs and it deepens the Kilmarnock zonal line, but then when it's whipped in by Barron, I thought it was Miofsky that got the head on it, but it was too straight at Oluwayemi.
He probably got it too well, Dodgy, to be honest. If he glanced it down into the corner, it would have made it harder, but I think it was straight at the keeper.
Kelly come up the other end with Brown over on the far side, under pressure, knocks it back down the line, and Polworth shifted into the centre circle where Dees finds Thompson, and he goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, who, despite, you would have been disappointed had that gone past him, but any time you get the ball in your gloves, you're a happy man if you're a goalkeeper. As Aarons picks up on the near side. Forward it comes to Gassama. It's a poor touch, straight to Thompson. It's played down the line for Tiffany. He's not going to get there, though he has gone down after the ball had gone, and that's going to be a free kick to Kilmarnock, level with the edge of the centre circle on this main stand side, inside Rangers territory. As Kelly looked to try and force the issue as well. No real cohesion to either team's play. And this is still relative infancy of the match.
Do you think they'll play this maybe down the channel to Kilty, or do you just think they'll put it straight in the box?
I'd be surprised if they don't go straight in the box, to be honest.
That's why I asked, yeah.
I'm also surprised it's a left footer putting it in rather than a right footer to get it in swinging towards the keeper. This is coming away for goal, so it's only going to be a second phase then.
Maybe drive it.
You'd always want to get the 6'7" Dakars involved here as it comes flighting into the area, and it's a header by a Rangers player back towards his own goal, which is comfortably held on to by Butland. It was off Giga, I think, and Butland bowls it to the man on loan from Wolves, who finds Raskan, and then out low ball to this near side for Aarons. Gives it to Gassama, back to Aarons, left foot ball, low infield to Raskan, central position. On to Nedim Bayrami. He's lost out to Brown, but Anderson can't get onto it, though he's going to hunt it down, and eventually Fernandez had to do a little pirouette and turn away. Jack Butland was coming out to get there, but Fernandez decided to take command of the situation. He dealt with it pretty well in the end, to be fair to him. But Bruce Anderson's an absolute buzz bomb, and he will not give any of those kind of situations up at all, as the free kick goes against Kelly, left of the centre circle, and it's been taken quickly out to Meghoma. It goes down the line to Bayrami. You've got to be so careful when it comes to Bruce Anderson, but there's a long ball for Rangers into the box. Gassama goes to ground. Thompson's challenge. There's a slight appeal from the Rangers fans up the other end for a penalty there, but Gassama seemed to throw himself to the ground before the real challenge began.
To be fair, Thompson got lucky there, because I think he tried to play offside and Gassama got in behind him, and it was just the bounce of the ball that beat him, and like you said, I think he threw himself down. I don't think there was any contact whatsoever, but Thompson did get away with one there.
I didn't think it was a free kick to Kilmarnock either. Raskin slipped. To Rangers either, sorry, Raskin slipped, and if they'd have scored from that, there would have been a few questions asked.
Gavin Duncan's the VAR tonight. Kevin Clancy the on-field ref, as Wayemi launches it forward. On loan Celtic goalkeeper drops into the Rangers half, and Kelly settle with the ball. It's Anderson out to Tiffany. He's got the pace. He's taking on Aarons down this left-hand side. Level with the Rangers penalty spot. Crosses it with the right foot. It's a good one. A header over the bar from Dakars. Attacked it at the right angle of the 6-yard box. Couldn't keep it down. It stays Kelly 0, Rangers 0. Kilmarnock's best moment in the match so far. 11 in.
Great run for Tiff. Absolute great run. Down there, cuts back, doesn't have a second thought, just put it straight in the box. And to be fair, Big Dakar's done well, but I think he'd be disappointed. He got a good head on it. He should be hitting the target, but it's exactly the game plan what they're wanting. Down one side and get Dakars against the full back on the other side, because he does. It's a mismatch between him and Meghoma at the back post. Yeah,
it's brilliant from Tiffany. And it's a good cross, but I think if he heads it down, or he can get it down, he probably scores.
It's a good position, and as Gary was saying, Tiffany, brilliant ball in. It is Rangers on the ball now, though. It's a clip ball by Fernandez from inside the centre circle to the left-hand side of the Kilmarnock box, where Diamonde gets onto it, and this ball across is deflected behind for a Rangers corner. Their first of the evening, 12 minutes in.
Well, that's something that Dodgy talked about before the game from midweek. Rangers players going beyond the striker. I haven't seen it too many times this season, but it just shows you that's twice. And Thompson got lucky a minute ago, and now Diamande got in as well, just making that run beyond. And I think that's something that Rangers need to do more and more, because Kilmarnock are probably just thinking they're going to play in front of them, and it's just showed two balls over the top and they've got in twice.
Connor Barron was out to take the corner over on the Rangers left as they attack the goal to our right. And an in-swinger coming up from Barron. It's really deep towards the back post area. Raskan heads it back towards the 6-yard line with Kilmarnock head clear. Important header it was as well. Here come Rangers again on this right-hand side. Miovski's ball in. He's gone down there just as he released it. The referee didn't spot it, or didn't think it was a foul anyways. It sails behind for a goal kick harmlessly from Bojan Miovski. 13 minutes in. He's certainly come under the spotlight recently, Miovski. Had an explosive couple of years at Aberdeen. Got his big move to La Liga and Girona, where he was with a team that was in the Champions League. Failed there. He's gone to Ibrox and he's just got the 2 goals, one of them in the league at Falkirk. And I guess, Billy, they're still waiting to see the best of Bojan Majowski.
They are, but they'll see the best of him. Yeah, they'll see the best of him, Liam, if they can get support to him. There was signs on night. He played sharp, he showed short, he held it, he laid it off, and then he spun. And you see he's had an effort in this game from the free kick with his head. And he's playing plenty of football just now, so that's keeping him fit.
Here come Rangers down the left, and it's Diamonde. He's got space. Majowski's waiting in the middle, so too by Rami. It's pulled across and cleared. It's a good intervention there by Lewis Mayo, former Rangers youngster. And he gets it clear. Raskan picks up the loose ball and rolls it out to Aarons on this near side. Back into his own half, and then back to Nasser Jiga. Short ball passed on to the halfway line for Barron, forward to Gassama. He goes down under the challenge of Thompson, no foul. It's now with Tiffany, trying to spin away from Raskan. He goes down. Kevin Clancy was waiting, I think, to... Well, looked like he was going to blow the whistle for a Kilmarnock free kick, but he's changed his mind, evidently. I just assumed he was waiting to see if there was an advantage for Killie. Here come Rangers. Chance here, right-hand side. Gassama chops onto the left in the box and shoots over the bar. Danny Rohl turns to the main stand with his hands to his face. He knows that's a huge opportunity for JD Gassama. It will be a goal kick to Kilmarnock. It will stay 0-0 on 15. Though it would have been interesting if that hit the net, whether the potential foul against the Kilmarnock player in the midfield would have been revisited.
It was a definite foul, and the ref put his whistle to his mouth as if he's going to blow. And to be fair, I know you play to the whistle, but the Kilmarnock was actually stopped because you could see that he intimated he was going to blow. But it was great play by Gassama, and to be fair, he should hit the target once he's turned inside.
I don't know why he's not blown for the foul, because you're right, he was just waiting to see if a Kilmarnock player come out with the ball. He put the whistle to his mouth. He was definitely thought the first one was a free kick,
and it was a Rangers player that came out with the ball.
Yeah, and I think he tried to level it up because he let one go just before that for the tackle on the Rangers player. But anyway, they got away with Kilmarnock, but so did Kevin Clancy.
Killie on the ball here on the far side. It's pushed back to Dees inside the centre circle, and Polworth out to Mayo over on the right. It's a low ball with the right foot forward. Lovely little flick there by Dackers in field to Polworth, but he can't control, and Rangers have it back with Raskan. Fires it out to that far side, and it's Diamonde. Good challenge, halts Diamonde, but it breaks to by Rami, though his loopy ball towards the box is taking a nick off a Kilmarnock defender, and behind for a corner for Rangers over on that far side again. 16 in, 0-0.
Yeah, I think Diamande started the game really, really positive. He's made 2 or 3 great runs, dodgy down the channel there. It's something Kilmarnock's got to watch. It's okay when we're in possession, but it seems to be he's drifting off the back of the midfield and he's just making them runs. You've got to be alive to it, because he can score goals. He does make them runs. I think when they play him a wee bit deeper, he gets lost, but it seems to benefit him today. In
from Barron into the 6-yard area as a header down by Fernandes, which is blocked and blocked well, and Kilmarnock try and come away with it on this near side with Dackers. Not a great pass, not a great decision by Dackers. He gives it away, but he gets it back immediately and knocks it to Anderson. Anderson now driving one-on-one at Jack Butland. Was he on or off? Doesn't matter right now. It's Anderson. He showed too much of it to Butland. He got a little touch, and Barron clears it off the line and behind for the corner. But the flag, I think, has it gone up?
If it has gone up, I don't think he's offside. I think he started in his own half.
The flag did go up.
Wow. Listen, they've missed the chance anyway, and Barron's got it off the line. He could have cut it back. I think it was Polworth joining in with him. But a Dackers first time ball, we've talked about that Rangers defence. One of them's lying down after the corner kick, so he's out. But midfielder trying to sit, but one ball's done them. He's through, he's clipped it. I'm amazed if he's given offside. I'm sure he was in his own half.
That was why I was wondering. He was in his own half.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
I thought so, and I'm sitting here, and Gary thought the same. But now he's finding another. What is he given? He said a poor start, Kevin Clancy, and I know it's a linesman in that occasion, but what is he given? This is horrendous.
Well, the physios are coming on for some reason. I can't see.
You know what he's doing, Liam? He's buying himself time, Kevin Clancy, because he's talking to plenty, whether it's VAR. But I'll tell you what, if they give the offside for there, it is never offside from there.
Well, I mean, obviously, because it hasn't hit the net, then, you know, it's not something that's going to be revisited within the match.
The thing is, though, that could have been the one that we've all been waiting for, or hoping doesn't happen. that somebody gets hurt, because Butland's came out and Anderson's went in. Somebody could have got hurt there, and if he's flagged for offside now, why did he not do it straight away? I didn't think he was off. I really didn't think he was off. I thought he was onside. I thought it was a great ball round the corner and he was clean in.
Is that one though you wouldn't count as obvious because he might be in his own half, and if he doesn't let it play out and he score and he's put the flag up, oh hell will break loose. So
you totally get the point though, because at some point someone's going to be seriously injured because they're allowing matches to play on.
It's the obvious one, Gary's right.
Yeah.
That wasn't so obvious for me because it's touch and go whether he's in his own half, which I thought he was.
And to be fair, the linesman's right on the halfway line. Surely if he thinks he's offside, just raise the flag. He's got the best. He's looking right across that line.
Where Kevin Clancy was going to give it though, it was like 10 yards inside the Rangers half, which is look, he's like the arms are out. I think they're just talking, trying to buy some time. You're right, Liam, to point out that first and foremost they missed the chance.
Right, where's he?
What is happening here?
Well, there's a problem for Fernandez. He's the one who the physios came up to speak to.
Is that Barami down there?
Now Bayrami's down as well. Yeah, I mean, we've played almost 20 minutes, but it's been stop-start, it's been scrappy. There have been opportunities, but Findlay Curtis is going to come on for Rangers here. I can only imagine, would that be for Bayrami?
I would like to see the final details of that call though. Like, why?
Well, I've not had anything in my ear to tell me whether or not he's in his own half, or if it's right or wrong that he's on or off. But anyway, it didn't matter because Bruce Anderson didn't finish. But there is this stoppage. Nedim Bayrami has been in decent form recently. He's going to be replaced by Curtis. We started the season in the starting 11 and started very well, kind of drifted out of the picture for a while, but he's going to get the rest of this match. 20 minutes into it, 0-0. Bayrami off, and that's a bit of a blow for not just for Rangers, given he's been in decent form recently, Billy, and he's forced his way back into the team, but for Nedim Bayrami in particular, looks like he's kind of holding his hamstring there as he makes his way up the tunnel.
Yeah, it's a blow to Nedim. He's been playing well the last couple of games, getting a run of consistent games as well, which will please him.
So headed up towards the edge of the Kilmarnock box, which is hooked away by Dees. Bouncing balls flicked on by Watson. He goes down and wins the free kick for Kilmarnock just outside the centre circle. Remains Killie 0, Rangers 0 here at Rugby Park.
It does seem as if no one wants to take a risk yet, does it? So it's like 100 miles an hour, get it in behind, get it back up the park. No one's really got the composure yet.
There's Tiffany trying to cross, blocked by Aarons, and out for a Kilmarnock throw-in, level with the Rangers penalty spot on this near side. Earlier today, wins for Aberdeen, Hibernian, Motherwell and St Mirren, with Celtic Hearts to come tomorrow in Glasgow. Here under the lights this Saturday evening at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock Rangers, no breakthrough yet. Dom Thompson with the throw in here though. Bowled into the Rangers box, headed away by Raskan. Breaks to Polworth, tees it up for James Brown. He's gone for an ambitious effort, which is skewed well wide of the left-hand side of the goal frame. No danger to Jack Butland, and it is a goal kick to Rangers.
I think that was you being nice, Liam, to be honest. Ambitious. I don't see many right-backs find the top corner there, but I don't mind it. At least somebody's been positive, trying to get a shot at goal.
Down on this near side goes Gassama under the challenge of Thompson. Free kick Rangers. Midway inside their own half. Aarons takes it quickly to Barron. He scampers across to a central position before passing it to his left for Fernandez. Fernandez rolling it out to that left side for Meghoma. Got his first Rangers goal the other night at Tannadice. It's played infield to Giga. Short ball there to this near side for Aarons. Flicked infield by Gassama, gets it back from Miovski. Gassama goes down on the near side and gets the free kick, much to the anger of Stuart Kettlewell down there, who thinks he was looking for that. And it's going to be a Rangers free kick on the touchline on this near side. Gidi Gassama, who knows Danny Rohl very well, they were at Sheffield Wednesday together. Gassama, a regular pick for Rohl at Hillsborough last term. And Raskan picks up in the centre circle after that free kick. Gassama helps it out wide right for Aarons, takes a touch, bends a right foot cross into the box, and it's cleared. It was left by Mayo, but Brown was there, must have given him a shout. Rangers pick up the loose ball here with Gassama, driving down the right hand side, forced back facing his own goal, and passes it short there to Aarons, and then it's Diamonde. Good footwork from him. He's away from a couple of blue and white shirts. Out to Gassama. They give her some kind of space to cross here. There's JD Gassama, short left foot ball along the 18-yard line instead there to Diamonde. He can't control it though, and David Watson was in the way, and it's cleared by Thompson. Makes back the way of Watson, finds Thompson, who finds Dees at the edge of his box, and he rifles it up high, clearing it there. Looking for Anderson, he can't get the ball under control. It's cleared by Fernandez as it comes back towards Fernandez and Giga. Giga takes command of the situation and rolls it forward to Miovski. Inside his own half though, he passes it back to Giga. It's a short ball to his right for Raskan. 24 on the clock, 0-0. Raskan steps into Kilmarnock territory and rolls it out wide right for Aarons. Then back to Giga. Rangers perhaps see more of the ball in the match, but they don't look in total control of the game. They don't look like being a massive threat to the Kilmarnock goal as yet. Didn't have that header from Miovski earlier, which was held on to by Olabayemi. Raskan picks up, dinks a ball down the right, looking for Aarons. The header from Thompson out for a throw-in to the visitors, level with the Kilmarnock penalty spot on this main stand side. Aarons takes it short, back the way to Raskan. He'll then put it back into his own half for Giga, and then to Fernandez. Fernandez just left of the centre circle, under pressure from Polworth. It's a short ball really, but gets away with it. Curtis did well, fires it into the midfield. Miovski chasing, and then Thompson gets there first and smashes it off the North Macedonian, and out it goes for a throw-in on this near side for Kelly. 0-0.
How long did the two Rangers centre-halves want in the ball? I mean, that's why they struggle to break down teams who sit deep. Your defenders are always the ones that get the most time on it, because teams will sit off you at times, and you've got to move the ball quickly, whether there's somebody within 2 yards of you, 10 yards of you, but they nearly get caught there again, Fernandez, and Kilmarnock got the pitch because of it.
Well, the truth for Rangers is that they played 28 games this season before tonight and only won 9 of them, and that's just not good enough.
No, nowhere near. And to be honest, Liam, we're 25 minutes in. Kelly Keeper's had what, one save, routine save for Miovski's header. For a team that has been struggling for points, for wins, you take that as a Kelly fan, to be honest. And sitting here watching, I'm thinking, where's the threats coming from? I don't see any threats, any goal action that worries me.
Thompson with a Kilmarnock free kick from the left-hand side in the Rangers half. It breaks back to the edge of the box. Giga blocks, and then Dees smashes it into the area. Raskan heads it away. Diamonde finds Gassama. It's a loose one out by Gassama, straight to Kilty. But there's a foul on Diamonde just before that. And that will annoy the Kilmarnock supporters around about us in the main stand here, because Rangers have a free kick and they were struggling to get it away there. There was 2 dreadful balls out of defence by Rangers players.
And that's the thing, that's the Kilmarnock's game plan. Keep it in that area, keep setting balls, keep putting it in behind them, keep unsettling them, and it's working so far. As I just touched on there, there's nothing Kilmarnock to fear here, and like Dodgy said, it's now become very pedestrian when they get it at the back. It's very slow. Kilmarnock are getting back in their shape, and as soon as it bounces, Kilmarnock are just hooking it on and making them fighting every second ball. Pedestrian's the word, and the body language as well. There's no real urgency. We've seen Rangers teams come here and try and blow Kilmarnock out the water early on. It's certainly been nothing like that tonight, as Aarons picks up on this near side. As I said, they were 2-0 down here last time they were at Rugby Park, but they did lose the first game here between them last season. Marley Watkins scored a relatively late winning goal for Kelly. Rangers come forward as Diamonde. It's better, gets Gassama up to the edge of the area, rolls it to Curtis, left hand side of the Kilmarnock box. This cross is dreadful, and it's away behind for a goal kick on the other side of the goal frame. 27.5 on the clock. Kelly 0, Rangers 0.
That's good play though, when it's fed into Gassama and then into Diamonde, and then he just rolls it to Finlay Curtis. And he usually, one thing about the young lad, he's usually got a nice cross on him. He'll use the surface or just dink up. He tried to on that occasion. You can't say it bobble because you don't really get bobbles in this pitch, but he just shanked it way over and wide. And I like Diamonde to have a shot though, Dodgy. He was thinking about it. He's 25 yards for goal when he turns and drives forward. Just go and shoot, but when you're not winning games and you're not in good form, you take the easy pass. You don't want to be the one that takes that risk.
Dackers for Killy down the right, wins the throwing off Barron. This is level with the Rangers penalty spot over on that east stand side.
I'm fascinated, Liam. We haven't had one long throw yet, and we'll get a 6'7" centre forward in the middle of the box, and I'm like, Watson can throw it unless he's got a sore shoulder.
It has been a tactic this season for Killy. It does eventually come into the box, and D's got his head onto it. Didn't know much about it though, and it goes back harmlessly to Butland, who holds on, and it remains goalless.
Well, you see, Will Ferry had it with United, and they must have watched that, because the Gers at Colton could have had a penalty, Dundee United, and I think it was it Fernandez with a handball.
Yeah, it was the handball's been under the microscope this season, because there was a very similar one at Pittodrie that was given. The one at Tannadice wasn't on Wednesday evening, and I think it's what you always want. You just want a bit of consistency there. It's as inconsistent as you can get when it comes to that, as Rascan is chopped to the ground by Watson. Free kick Rangers midway inside their own half, central position. Rascan takes it quickly short there to his right for Giga. Takes it for a walk up to the halfway line, feeds it out to Aarons on this near side. Good battling by Tiffany, who wins the free kick as well, having got between Aarons and the ball, and the Rangers right back hauls him to the deck. And it's a Killy free kick, which is taken low back into their own half to Dees, who squares it to Mayo, and then out to the right hand side for Brown. Infield to Polworth, fires it first time with the right foot instep, looking for Dackers down the right. Butland comes out of his box and clears out into the stand on the far side, and Kilmarnock have a throw-in. Rangers do not look comfortable.
No, they don't look comfortable, Liam, but they're not stretching the game anymore. They're not putting Kilmarnock's back line are facing the game. They've never once turned and run towards their own goal with the ball and have to clear it. They're just playing in front of them, and that's not causing them any problems. And Kilmarnock, as you look, every ball is just put back in an area to make it uncomfortable for them.
It's chalk and cheese from Tannadice, this performance. If you'd have been up there, you'd have been like, wow, they've got a bit of movement about them and energy, but nothing so far, Rangers.
Dackers wins a throw-in for Killy right up the pitch. This time they're level with the Rangers 6-yard line. Still over on that far side. Dackers have done some good work in this opening half hour. No goals as yet, though he did have a header at goal earlier on. What was Kilmarnock's best opportunity out with the Bruce Anderson one, which was ultimately ruled to have been offside anyway. Brown pulls the throw-in into the box. Another short one, but it's easily cleared by McHoma. The Rangers give it away again, and Dees finds Polworth, rolls it to his left there. Tiffany attacking the penalty area. Scott Tiffany gets away from one, couldn't get away from the second, and it drops to Finlay Curtis on the edge of the D of his own box, and Curtis comes away with it and rolls it out to Rascan on that left hand side. The Belgian looking to give it back to Curtis, well read by Mayo though. He finds Watson, long ball, trying to get Anderson in behind. Anderson is in behind right hand side of the box. Good recovery by Fernandez, but there's an offside flag again against Bruce Anderson. He's irate about that.
He was off. We were right in line where he looked off that time. I've got to put my neutral head on and say he was offside.
The one thing you'll say is, you see what Kilmarnock doing, anything rolled inside, you just whip it right up that channel. They must have done it about 5 or 6 times in this half, and they've nearly got in a couple of times, so that trend will continue.
There's Max Aarons for Rangers on this near side. Their closest effort, a Miovski header straight at Oluwayemi. Gassama did fire one over the bar as well, and it's been a relatively statuesque performance from Rangers in this first half. That's a terrible ball. Miovski's onto it now as he drives at the Kilmarnock box, thought about the shot, lays it to Curtis left hand side instead, tries to pull it back, comes off the defender, breaks to Miovski, back to Curtis. Kilmarnock, this would be cutting their own throats and some as it comes back to Miovski, left hand side of the area, the little back heel. McHoma, now it's Barron, rolls it out left to right for Rascan, stabs it into the box for Diamondi, and they've got options in there. And Rangers try and get a shot away. Miovski, it's all very congested, but he scored! Boya Miovski! Just inside the box, fires it with the left foot. It's a fabulous finish into the bottom right. He's been maligned at times this season, but that's more like it from Miovski, and it's Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 1.
I have actually no idea how that went in, Liam. Really no idea. It looked like Diamondi had lost it, I think, in the middle. And then I think Miovski, with no backlift, has just kind of toe punked it straight in the bottom corner. It's a great finish. It's a one Dodgy would be buzzing with as a striker, but I think Kilmarnock will be really disappointed. They had the chance to clear it. They've then bodies behind the ball, and no one's really reacted to going to the ball. They've just all sat behind it.
The defenders thought they'd done enough getting tight, but he's toe poked it, and it's just flowing in the bottom corner. Dakers has had a shocker. Kilmarnock are in possession at the halfway line, and he's just gone for the layoff. Instead, he turned in and been positive. And by the way, at the start of the actual goal, Miovski should shoot again, and he lulls it wide because he's not in confident form. I think you'll see him shooting a few times now. It's a fine finish. Once he gets in there, all the bodies around him, he just gets a toe poke with pace, and it finds the bottom corner because the goalkeeper's not set.
Yeah, he's not expecting it, the goalkeeper, as Butland picks it up. But Rangers have the lead 11 minutes from half time. I'm trying to think of a good way of describing it, and it's obviously not the same kind of goal. And I'm not comparing Miovski to Ronaldinho, but you remember Ronaldinho's goal at Stamford Bridge from just outside the box. The way he finished that there, Miovski, goalkeeper's not expecting it, as the keeper wasn't on that occasion. And just to reiterate, I'm not saying Miovski's Ronaldinho.
You just did.
It was just no, I didn't.
I know, but don't bite back. I know you're not.
Now it's a blow for Kelly, and it all came from Marcus Dakar's dreadful ball. And Rangers have profited from it, though it looked like the opportunity had gone.
It'll be interesting to see a replay to see where the goalkeeper's positioning is, Liam, because, like I said, it's probably from the edge of the box, or nearly at the edge of the box, and he's been caught at that side. So whether he was unseen, he couldn't see it. But
I think it was about. I think it was a couple of yards, 3 yards in the box, and that's why the defenders thought, right, we're not going to tackle, we're just going to get tight, and if he kicks it, he'll hit it off us. But somehow he squeezed it past him.
Rangers are giving it away. Anderson out to Dakers. He's got some making up to do. Down the right-hand side goes Dakers, looking to take on Meghoma. Comes off Raskan, who boots it off his own teammate, and he's lucky it doesn't go behind for the corner. Can Kilmarnock react without a win in their last 8? He's beating St Mirren here a couple of months ago. They need to find wins from somewhere, and they need to try and do what they did in midweek and come from behind to get a point at Tynecastle. They're behind to what had been largely a toothless Rangers side up until that point, as Miovski finished well from around about 18 yards from goal. As Anderson goes down, Pereira look at, he's giving them an advantage, Kilmarnock here. Watson to the edge of the box, Tiffany, the left angle, crosses in too high even for Marcus Dakers, who has been able to somehow keep it in play, taking it out towards the corner flag. Lovely skill from Dakers, he's away from his man, pulls it back, and in goes Fernandez. He took the ball, but he also took plenty of Greg Kiltie there as well, and Kiltie's not complaining. In fact, he's on the ball now, wide on the right is Kiltie. Right foot cross ball comes in. It's flicked away there by Aarons. I think Tiffany might have been in an offside position there, but the linesman's kept his flag down. And he goes out for a Kilmarnock throw-in level with the Rangers 18-yard line, or maybe around about level with the penalty spot by the time it's taken. It's been a good reaction by Kelly to going behind, 36.5 on the clock.
Yeah, they've just got to stick to what they were doing and get success from it. And the goals came out the blue, because like I said, as Dodgy's talked about, the defenders thought they'd done their job. They've closed the areas down, but if you don't go and attack the ball, somebody can, that bit of magic, and it happened. But they've got to stick to their game plan, and they're doing that.
Thompson with the long throw into the box, doesn't reach Dakers, and Rangers clear through Barron. Comes back the way to Polworth. He'll then pick it up inside his own half. It's a long ball forwards in behind the Rangers defence here again. It's Anderson, takes it down, round about the penalty spot, hooks for goal and shanks it wide of that right-hand post. But the Rangers centre-back pairing have got away with one. They are not for the first time tonight. One long ball, it's taken them right out of the game, and Bruce Anderson, I think it was Scott Tiffany, was another one who was potentially in behind the two of them there. And on 37.5 it stays Kelly nil, Rangers 1.
100%. No pressure on the ball deepen, but they just let the two forward-thinking players run off him, especially Anderson, and he takes a good touch. If he could maybe have taken it in his chest and going towards goal, he's through 1-1, but his touch takes him back the way he spins and hits a left foot volley past the post. But my word, where are the Rangers rear guard? They're not deepening at all, especially when there was no pressure on Polworth.
Rangers have it on the left with McHoma, infield to Rascan, shuffles away from his man inside the Kilmarnock half, driving down the left-hand side, twisting and turning, getting away from Dackers, but not from Brown, albeit Brown's on the ball, round about the corner flag, Rascan there, bundled to the ground, and it's a free kick to Rangers. It's as good as a corner over on that far side. Killie 0, Rangers 1, important period in the match this for Killie. You cannot concede again here. You can see them coming back from 1 down, but 2-0 not so much.
No, definitely not, Liam, and it's something they've got to be wary of. It's a silly free kick. They got themselves into trouble there, and sometimes just clear the ball. I'm fed up seeing defenders try to play the ball at the park, deal with the football and then defend the throw-in if it's a throw-in. Don't try and be clever. Now you've given them an attacking option where they can work in something that they've actually worked in training on.
James Brown on that occasion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Rangers free kick. There's a group of players around about the 6-yard line, and Rangers colours looking to get on the end of this, and it comes to that very area. Yemi clears with his fists. He's outside the box. It's helped on its way in. Killie looking to hit the counter. It's with Tiffany looking to get into the path of Brown, who's driving forward, but unfortunately for him, it was Finlay Curtis who was back there, and he managed to get there first, turn it back to Butland and pick up on the near side. That'd be one of the centre backs. Might have been more challenging for them to have got on to it, but Brown was motoring. Rangers have it instead with Giga midway inside his own half. Despite all their L's, despite the fact they've only won 9 of their games this season across all competition, Rangers, their away record, not winning all the time, but unbeaten since last Boxing Day. The fact that that record survived almost a year despite all their problems is pretty remarkable.
It's a fair start, Liam. I mean, when So Parkchade's playing some really good games within that period, being undefeated, but not playing so well and getting a hold of draws somehow. But it's the way record's really good.
I'll be honest, I think a lot of people were surprised by that stat.
It's 18 away Premiership matches without defeat, although they came pretty close to that the other night, right enough. Tanner Rice, as Lewis Mayo clears with the right foot, long ball into the Rangers half, one in the air by Fernandez, drops to Barron, who controls out to that left hand side. He finds Gassama, and now an opportunity for Rascan to drive forward, rolls it out to Barron on the left hand side, gets the cross in, it's too high for Diamonde. Thompson controls and clears, though in an orthodox fashion. It's collected by Barron wide on the left, low ball in. I'm not sure it was what he intended, but he's found Diamonde by chance. Now it's Barron again. He's worked some space inside the area. He goes and he fires it high over the bar. And with 4 minutes of the 45 left of this first half at Rugby Park, it is Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 1.
To be fair, Dacker's got away with one again there. He was in his own box and he's trying to do some trick or something. Just clear the ball, just take responsibility and give it away. And to be fair, Barron's done well, tucked inside. He'll not be happy with his finish, but you're giving teams an opportunity to get at your goal when just clear the ball, deal with the danger, and then you can argue about it later rather than try to be fancy.
You can see Dackers has got some ability, technical ability. See what he did to McGoma, but you want to be doing it in the right areas, and that's twice he's given it away and twice he was nearly punished. But nothing in the half though, Liam. I mean,
no, this has been even Stevens, but the scoreboard says Rangers are in front, and they are thanks to Bojan Mijovski's third Rangers goal after his summer arrival from Girona. Will do his confidence the world of good, I would have thought. And there's a long clearance by Giga into the Kilmarnock half, one in the air there by Dees. A little touch by Tiffany, takes it out to this left hand side. Barron chasing him. Tiffany loses out to Barron, does a good job there. The Rangers number 8 finds Aarons, who goes back to Giga, who rolls it calmly up the line for Mijovski. His left foot ball, looking for Curtis, telegraphed on. Dees gets on it, Dees goes down, no foul now. Kilmarnock could be caught in the back. It's Curtis driving up to the edge of the Kilmarnock area. Rolls it to his left, opportunity for Gassama, looking for space to shoot. Down he goes at the edge of the box, brings to Diamonde's efforts held on to by Olawayemi. Just underneath his bar, it was on target, looked like it was heading in. The keeper held on well, and it's been drilled forward towards Bruce Anderson over on the far side. Rangers have players back, and it is cleared down the line and out for a Kilmarnock throw-in. They're up the pitch here, Kelly, as they look to try and find an equaliser before the interval.
It was a fair clutch from the goalkeeper, wasn't it? From the Diamondi shot all game. I mean, again, though, I thought they should have had a free kick. Kilmarnock, Dees was eased off the ball. I mean, he won it, stepped in. You can see the other player took him out and he waved play on, Kevin Clancy. He's a strange half, the referee.
Brown gets it on the right from the throw-in, gets it back, gets the cross in. It's knocked half away. Rangers doing some defending here. It's Kilmarnock picking up on the near side. That'll be another free kick, and it's Kilty who's upended by Aarons, and this is about level with the Rangers penalty spot. Left-hand side of their box.
But he is consistent, though, because that's exactly what happened up the other end.
That actually was a foul, though, again, like the one up there. It's just stupid defending. You're 1-0 up, you've got a minute to go before just over a minute to go before half-time, and you're giving the team an opportunity to put in the box, who at Kilmarnock are a big side. Let's be honest, they're a big side. Dackers, 2 centre-halves. They've got some big boys in there who like attacking the ball.
Thompson and Kilty over the free kick on the near side. One-man Rangers, Wallagasama. It's going to be Thompson, left-footed, though the referee's blown his whistle. He's spotted something inside the area. It's going to be a retake here as Kevin Clancy goes to speak to a couple of players in there. And this place, Rugby Park, has been such a fortress for Kilmarnock. You look at when Derek McInnes was the manager here. Shocking away form. At home, though, their home form got them into the top 6 2 seasons ago. Got them into Europe. It's just one win here this season so far. It's Thompson and Kilty wait again. Will it be Thompson again to take? It was a moment ago. Did they switch it up? Kilty, an in-swinging free kick, or Thompson with a left foot. The referee ready this time. How often do you see a free kick given to the defending team when the ref has spent so long lecturing players inside the box before a set piece? And there's a couple going head-to-head. Robbie Dees has just gone head-to-head with one of the Rangers players. It's going to be Miovski. It's 3 minutes are confirmed as being bolted on to the end of this first half, and we're into the first of them with Rangers leading 1-0.
How many times have you seen this so dodgy, and the free kick comes in, the referee blows for a free kick to the defending team?
Yeah, but I mean, he shouldn't in this occasion, because you said it was a free kick, but I mean, Dees and Diamandi's just bumping him and everybody's getting involved. Got to be careful, Rangers.
Well, now he's ready, the ref. Thompson this time leaves it to Kilty, and it comes to the 6-yard box. It's flicked by Mayo, but no takers at the back end of the 6-yard box, and it goes behind for the goal kick to Rangers, and it all comes to nothing as we approach the end of the 3 minutes of injury time.
It's a real chance that, once Mayo flicks it, because Watson wasn't gambling, he was on the back foot. If he had gone, he was free at that back area and probably just taps it into the net, but didn't gamble, and he was on his back foot, so no contact.
Well, Rangers need a 5-goal victory to go above Motherwell this evening into 3rd spot. Motherwell would scored 6 goals more than them as well as the superior goal difference. Would take Rangers above Hibs into 4th. Currently 3 goals in the goal difference behind the 3rd place Steelmen, albeit Rangers would still have a game in hand over them. After this one, that game in hand is at home to Aberdeen next month.
Yellow card for Giga there, Liam.
Explain how that's a booking though, dodgy.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I think I was right just through the back of him. If I'm the striker and he's just clapping me, he thinks he can get away with that. That's a yellow for me.
Typical centre forward right there.
Yeah. You just keep on putting us Holty, yeah.
Well, there's another yellow come out, and that looks like that's for Miovski. We'll get that confirmed. Big group of players over there. It looked like Miovski was the man who'd been shown the yellow on this occasion, so Stafter Giga's yellow. Miovski joins him, and Miovski's protesting to Kevin Clancy, so it must have been him.
Dodge will say he didn't deserve a booking now.
Striker, isn't he? There's definitely a bit of afters though, because it's all with Dees, Diamondi. There's a bump, and then the others are getting involved, and it's boiling over a little bit.
It's been scrappy. It's been a scrappy first half. The Rangers emerge with the 3 points tonight. They won't care how scrappy it is. Shame if Kilmarnock can turn this round. Thompson over the free kick just inside the Rangers half, left of the centre circle. Right at the end of stoppage time, might be a bit more on top. Thompson's free kick comes in, it's headed away by Fernandez. Curtis takes it down on the far side, knocks it up the line for Diamonde. Gassama ahead of him, Miovski getting up there too. It's Diamonde charging forward, looking for Gassama, who just goes under his soul and out for a throw-in to Kelly over on that far side, and Kevin Clancy brings to an end the stop-start first half at Rugby Park. And Bojan Miovski's third goal in Rangers colours is the difference right now. He poked home from just inside the box, fine finish through a ruck of players. And Oluwayemi, he did nothing about it, he was caught on the hop by it. That coming just beyond the half-hour point. And what's been otherwise a fairly even game. There have been chances at both ends. Miovski had a header earlier on. Tiffany with a brilliant cross for Dackers, who headed over. And Gassama fired over the crossbar as well. I guess one of the moments in the first half, which would have been a bigger deal had Bruce Anderson found the net, will be discussed too, because he looked like he was well inside his own half. And he was played in by Dackers. Anderson raced in on goal, one-on-one with Butland, the keeper saved. Anderson will be disappointed he didn't finish, because if he had, despite the offside being given, it would have probably been overturned. And the goal given, huge opportunity for Killie it was. They didn't take it, Rangers took theirs, and at half-time in Ayrshire, it's Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 1.
On digital radio.
Online at BBC Sport Scotland.
On BBC Sounds.
Or ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Scotland Extra.
This is Sports Sound.
From BBC Radio Scotland.
With Scottish football flying high on the world stage, 3 teams are on the hunt for European glory.
In on the right foot, brilliant shot, brilliant goal!
Sportsound brings you live commentary from the Europa League as Rangers take on Ferencváros.
JD Gassama to spark Rangers into life.
And Celtic host Roma.
Top of the goalkeeper inside!
Plus live coverage of the Conference League as the Dons take on Strasbourg at Pittodrie.
Aberdeen right back into this!
European football on Sportsound, where Europe comes to play. Thursday evening from 5:35. Listen on digital radio or ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Scotland.
Yeah, that's to look forward to on Thursday evening here at Rugby Park. We've got another 45 minutes plus stoppage time of Kilmarnock versus Rangers to look forward to. Rangers 1 up at half-time. Liam described that first half, Gary, as scrappy. Would you concur?
I think he's being kind. I think there was a lot of endeavour from both teams, a lot of energy expanded. I didn't see much composure from either side. Diomande got in a couple of times. I think you can see the lack of confidence in the Rangers players because no one's willing to shoot. They're looking for that extra pass when normally they would be shooting. Kilmarnock, I don't think they've made, or any player in the middle third of the pitch or defensive third has took 2 touches in the ball before it's went forward, which may be the game plan, but I think there is times when somebody could put a foot on it, pick a pass or play a pass into the channel rather than just the ball's bounced and lumped forward. Scrappy is a good word for it, but I wouldn't fault effort and endeavour and commitment from both teams. I just think there's a lack of class, there's a lack of quality, there's a lack of composure, and it's probably 2 teams that are low in confidence, shall we say, with the performances they've been producing.
I thought Billy, Rangers maybe in the final third looked a wee bit ponderous at times when there was one that Dackers gave the ball away. And you think, go quicker. Yep. And then when they got the goal, it was Miovski just almost like an instinctive jab.
That's exactly it. Needed something to get in like that because they were ponderous, you're right. But I think that's come from the amount of chances missed at Tannadice during the week. I think there's a bit of self-doubt there, but I can also see that at the other end with the defender as well is still there, the vulnerability, the fragility. But Kilmarnock have the same because of their results, and that's exactly why Dackers gave the ball away for that chance that you're talking about. And then the goal was like, they think they've done enough. They're round them, they're in the box. We'll not attack them just in case we give away a penalty. What we'll do is just stand our ground, and he sees a space and just toe pokes it past him. Fine finish from Miofsky, you have to say, who has been struggling to get goals since he's come to the club. So that's a big lift for him. But it's, there wasn't much in that half at all. It was scrappy, as Liam was saying. Gary's talking about it was worse than that. But there's a lot of endeavour and there's a lot of effort, but you can just see the self-doubt with both teams out there.
Rangers 2/3 possession, maybe about 6 or 7 chances.
Yeah. Where were the chances?
The header from Miofsky, that was from a free kick. I'm trying to. They had a
when I say chances, I'm meaning
efforts.
Shots.
Efforts. Yeah. That does surprise me. But the biggest one I would still like to get to the bottom of, and I've been speaking to a couple of people who on telly, they know that they said he was onside. I still don't know up until now what the referee gave in that situation, because he never gave a by kick or anything. He gave it and a foul for.
And he did give
Rangers.
a corner, and then Butler took the free kick just outside halfway between the box and the halfway line.
Yeah, and it's confirmed that he's definitely in his own half and he's onside.
So what's he gave?
I don't know. Kevin Clancy has had a strange old half.
Tell you what, the explanation has been forwarded to me on my phone, but I'm just trying to get into it, so talk amongst yourselves while I try and retrieve this. But the offside was wrong apparently, but because it's not a major decision, VAR won't correct it. But I think maybe there's a wee bit of confusion, because as you say, Butland seemed to take the free kick from halfway inside his half, whereas Anderson must have been, if he was offside, but he wasn't, he must have been about a yard.
But who's gave the offside, David? Because the linesman's run the whole length with Anderson.
The linesman must have given it.
But he's run the whole length, and then as Anderson's missed and Barnes put it out for a corner, who's gave the offside then? Because the linesman no gave it. The linesman's not standing in halfway line with his flag up. He's run the whole length.
I'm only asking because it doesn't matter, because they missed, right? But what they gave eventually from the offside, we believe, wasn't in the right place. But if they'd scored, they were going to have a huge problem again. There's been a lot of mentions about VAR for a few weeks now, and that one.
Do you want to enter a VAR discussion?
No, but if Bruce Anderson had tucked that away, which he should have, to be honest, and they give offside, I think all hell breaks loose. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Conor Barron got back well, didn't he, for it? Barron was back sharpish to clear it off the line.
Yeah, so it didn't really matter.
So he probably spared the VAR team some agony.
Listen, it didn't come to anything, that's the main thing. But it was poor from the officials.
Fair to say maybe the best chance of the game fell to Dackers.
Yeah, to be fair, Tiffany's done brilliant. The thing is, he's not overcomplicated. He's not trying to take Aaron's on. He's just cut back on his right foot, put a great ball in, and to be fair, I can see why Dackers is over on that right side now, because he's against Magoma and there is a size difference. But he's got a really good connection on it. He'll be disappointed. He never worked Butland in the goal. But that's only been one cross in the game that he's been able to get a really good header on. You need more of that. You need a wee bit of composure. It's great endeavour, hustle and bustle, but I've not seen a Kilmarnock player take a touch and actually pass a ball. It's bang forward, which is great for the first 10-15 minutes, but once the game settles, somebody has to put their foot on the ball and play it wide, get crossing the ball. Use Tiffany. He's hardly had a run with the ball.
Yeah, Anderson's given the Rangers defence.
Yeah.
Apart from that non-offside, he has given them other problems as well.
There've been so many where you can see what Kilmarnock were thinking. We talked about it pre-match, where they're just going to whip it in behind that Rangers defence and curve it into channels, especially when balls just get played in the centre area of the pitch to midfielders, and if there's any pressure on them, even if there's not, they're just whipping it right down the channel, and the defenders haven't handled it that well. But the one that I'm talking about was when the two of them, when Polworth gets the ball and there's no pressure on him, so that is you deepen, but they let them play the diagonal, and it nearly puts Anderson right through, and he better touch, he goes 1-on-1, but his touch comes back the way and he hits a strike at goal. But they're not doing anything, they're not deepening, they're not going attacking the ball. You have got to deepen when there's no pressure on the ball. You can't stay high and just let runners go off you, and they actually get two off them, so they're a wee bit lucky on that occasion. But the defences for both are fragile. You see Dackers giving away, and I know he's a forward thinking player, but James Brown gave away a silly free kick. You see the goal, the Kilmarnock defenders are round about him. Rangers haven't defended brilliantly either and got away with a couple.
No, definitely. There's not been great opportunities in the game, but there's been enough for both sides to say that we can create a bit more. Like Dodgy said, that one there when Polworth's got it in his own half, he's lifted his head, there's no one near him. The two centre-halves for Rangers have just actually stopped and said, all right, the ball's going over the top, Buckland will come and get it. It baffles me at times, the way they've defended. And like you said, if Anderson, even Tiffany, the two of them were clean in. It's just the bounce of the ball and his touch brings it back. He's still got a shot away, unopposed. Surely somebody should react. And like you said, the goal, I need to see it again. Like Liam said, I don't know about the goalkeeper's position, because it was at that side where he's at. I don't know if he wasn't expecting it. It is a good finish, but Kilmarnock will be disappointed because they've not threatened. I talked about it 25 minutes in. I don't think the centre-halves had anything to do. They've defended well. Rangers hadn't had any chances. The goalkeeper's not had really a save to make. And they've lost a scrappy goal when they probably had enough bodies behind the ball.
I was going to say, everything has almost gone according to plan for Killie apart from the score.
Aye, they've made it scrappy. They've been in the game. They've got the balls in the areas that they wanted to. Maybe not enough. There's not been that much composure at times, but Rangers haven't peppered their goal. The goalkeeper's not been having a 9 out of 10 performance to keep them in the game. It's a disappointing goal for Kilmarnock because there was enough defenders, Dodgy, I think, in the box. There was just nobody reacting to actually going to the ball.
There was probably 2 or 3 round. I don't know if he's just seen an avenue where you think, if I poke that through there, I can see the corner of the goal, and the goalkeeper won't see it till late. So it's a brilliant striking play, instinctive as you said, David, but Kilmarnock will be disappointed. And the game's playing out very much the way we thought. We thought both teams are a wee bit low in confidence, a wee bit fragile, and you can see it at times. That said, whoever will win, who defends best, and right, so far it is Rangers, but Kilmarnock have had a couple of wobbles and they've lost a goal.
It's got a wee bit tasty towards the end of that first half as well, I don't know, a bit testy, a bit niggly.
The thing is, I don't understand why Rangers players are getting involved, David. They're ahead in the game. Just back away, walk away, but you don't need to antagonise the crowd. You don't need to antagonise the referee, the players. They're actually winning the game when it suddenly got feisty for some reason. It's stupidity on the players' behalf. See, if you lose the game, you want to rile and you want to get riled like Kilmarnock players are doing. Rangers should be experienced enough to say, right, okay, fine, you want to nudge me, you want to bump me, get away with it. All you're doing is putting doubt in the referee's mind, and it only comes, like we said, the free kick comes in, the referee stopped it 2 or 3 times to talk. He only then has to decide, Diamandi's just been overstepped the line once too often, bang, penalty for being stupid. It baffles me why players want to get involved in something when they're actually winning the game.
But when the ball came in, he was actually quite disciplined in that thing. You know,
Diamandi, Mo is disciplined, and he's a strong boy as well, even he's slightly built, and that's why he is picking up. But him and Dees get involved, then Raskan ran over, I think Giga get involved, and then all kicked off. But they kept their focus, they got away with it. They have defended okay at times. It's just been a couple of quick balls through them, and they're not. It's weird, you've got to move as a defensive line, whether it's high pushing them up the pitch or whether it's deepening when there's no pressure on the ball, and they're not doing that well. When crosses have come in, they've done okay on occasions, the defenders, the back 4. But a lot of times when it's done quickly and instantaneously, they're in a wee bit of trouble.
So Gary was saying that the description Liam gave of a scrappy game was probably flattering. To the game. Has anyone really stood out or impressed you, Dawson?
It's not that type of game where somebody's going to get a grip at it and really start moving the ball, really take control of it. They're all battling. I think both teams realise they've come off the back of poor results. 3 draws in the trot for Rangers. Kilmarnock 2 draws, but a lot of defeats before that. So it's just all about, you can see them desperate to grind out 3 points to give them confidence, like who were we talking about earlier? Aberdeen have and St Mirren have, because they're just desperate to get a result that will give them confidence to go and get 3 points. That's the way these two teams look as if they're playing tonight.
To be fair, I thought Diamandi started the game really well. He made a couple of great forward runs, and then he didn't shoot. He had the opportunity, as I said, he's 25 yards as he's turned, and I'm thinking, just unleash it. And then suddenly he's passed, and then they go into their shell a wee bit. There's just no one grasping. I think Connor Barnes done really well. I think he's been tidy, he's been neat, he's been industrious when he's needed to be. He's not overcomplicated it. But
nobody running it though.
No, there's no one running it. Even the wide men for Rangers haven't really stood out. Even Curtis, when he broke through there, and I'm thinking, go and shoot, because he normally does shoot. It's one thing you'd probably say he should pass sometimes, and then he passed it, and you're like, just go and grasp it.
Well, players, take it. Sorry, Gary. Players back on the pitch. I think it's time we handed you back over to Liam McLeod.
Well, Rangers have won 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two, and 12 of the last 14, and in their last 14 visits to Rugby Park, the record is mixed. They've won 6, lost 6, drawn the other 2. As they look to try and see this one out, or perhaps add to their lead. Doesn't look like any further changes for Rangers, who brought Curtis on for Bairami in that first half, and it's the same Kilmarnock 11 that have been sent out for the second half. They've only won 6 of their 21 matches across all competition this season. They are a point worse off than they were after 15 matches last term. Or Kelly, Rangers 6 worse off than they were under Philippe Clement a year ago, and of course they have their 4th manager of the calendar year in charge right now, in Danny Rohl. They look to keep this unbeaten away Premiership record going. It's gone for nearly exactly 12 months. Rangers will kick off right to left as we watch in the back of the main stand. Raskan with a low ball all the way back to Butland. In their 3rd strip, I think it is, the bright orange Kilmarnock and the blue and white stripes, as you would expect here at Rugby Park, from left to right towards the Moffat stand end. And that goes behind for what would have been a goal kick. I think a bit of pushing has resulted in a Kilmarnock free kick deep inside their own half. Rangers only won 3 of their 12 away games this season. And you can add the League Cup semi-final on top of that as well, which they lost after extra time. Their wins came at Livingston, Hibs and Dundee most recently. As Oluwayemi with a long ball forward, which is headed back into the Kilmarnock half, and Mayo knees it back to his goalkeeper. They've got Brown, Mayo, Dees and Thompson across the back. Polworth, Kilty, Watson in the middle, Anderson, Dackers and Tiffany. For Rangers, Butland in goal, Aarons, Giga, Fernandez, Meghoma, Baron, Diamonde, Raskan, Gassama, Curtis, and the goal scorer, Miovski. As the long ball forward from Dees up to the halfway line is met there by Raskan, who fires it into the centre circle for Curtis, who's on the turn there. Is to go back facing his own goal though. Rolls it back to Fernandez, who goes back to Jack Butland. Just the 7 clean sheets in his 27 games up to press this season. Butland has it in the 6-yard box and rolls it to his right for Giga. Strolling out of defence over on that right-hand side of the pitch. The Rangers shoot towards the Chadwick stand where their fans are housed. And it's back with Barron. And then to his left it comes to Fernandez. Arrived at Rangers after 4 years at Peterborough. He's found Raskan, who pings it long out to the right, looking for Aarons. Thompson's underneath it for Kelly though. Down the line for Tiffany, and he wins the free kick for a handball by JD Gassama over on that far side. Kilmarnock free kick level with the edge of the centre circle. Inside their own half, 2 into the second half. They trail Rangers by a 1-0.
The thing is, Liam, Kilmarnock won't change. They won't change, they'll stick at what they're doing. This is going to go forward. They'll win off second balls. They just need to do it quicker. Everything's still a wee bit slow for them. It needs to be quicker. The keeper playing it out needs to be quicker. The defenders need to step out. They're just putting themselves into trouble at times.
They've given it away. Kelly Diamonde is chopped to the ground by Watson, who went in the book for that, I would have thought. He accepts his fate, accepts his punishment, and that's going to be a Rangers free kick right at the centre circle, inside the Kilmarnock half. And I think on that occasion, David Watson knew exactly what he was doing.
Hope we would have probably let him off with that. Nah, it's a definite yellow.
Aye, definite. Silly. I just talked about Kilmarnock sticking to what they're doing, their principles and that. They put everybody up forward and they play a shot, free kick and give it away. I could keep talking about that. Stewart will be going mentally. Put it forward, Dackers is up there, win the first ball, win the second ball. No, we'll play it short and they break. And then we're defending now a free kick in our defensive third from an attacking situation. It's bonkers sometimes.
Connor Barron over that free kick right through to bends it into the box. Watson heads it away, the man who gave it away. It's not decisively clear by Kilmarnock. Miovski's onto it, though he's running back towards his own half. Turns, passes it forward to Diamonde, who loses out to Watson. And D scoops it forward down the left for Scott Tiffany. Up against Aarons. Tiffany down that left-hand side, up to about the midway point of the Rangers half. He waited too long, though. And Diamonde does a good job to win it back for Rangers. Looks for Curtis, who can control. Brown for Killie. Finds Dackers on this near side. Gets away from one to about the 18-yard line and finds Polworth. Rolls it out wide right. It's a low ball across, which is cut out, and Kilmarnock will get a corner on this near side.
Better from Dackers. You know, he could have gone down the outside, but he was pretty direct. I thought he dragged it and lost it and taken too many touches, but drags it inside. They fashion out a chance, try to play it wide right to get across in the box, but it's blocked for the corner.
Yeah, it was Greg Kilty's ball in. And Killie have a corner. Opportunity here to put the Rangers defence under pressure, and Rangers have brought everyone back in and around their own box to defend this. And Thompson looks to be over the corner down on this near side. The Kilmarnock right as they attack the goal to our right. We are, of course, on the opposite side of Rugby Park to where the TV cameras are housed. If you're used to watching matches on the screen, here we're over on the other side.
They're having a word that David Watson hit the deck, and
yeah, they are looking for a possible.
It was Diamonde, I think, that got a bit of him when he was running in the box, and he asked. I could see him talking to the referee, have a look. So they are having a look, but I'm not sure what they'll do about it.
Well, if it's not a corner, it's a penalty, but it is not a penalty. It's been checked and cleared, and Kilmarnock have a corner instead. This is their opportunity still to put this in on top of Jack Butland. It's really been a creaky Rangers defence this season. It will be Don Thompson with it, and steep. It's headed towards the back post, headed back towards the 6-yard line, and it breaks to Kasama, who can clear it. Polworth heads it up into the air, more height than distance on that. Nodded forward there by Dees, cleared by Rangers though. Breaks to Thompson on the halfway line for the home team, back to Brown, who goes back to Olamayemi. He played almost 51. A little nervy moment for Danny Rohl there when Kevin Clancy signalled he was listening to Gavin Duncan, his video assistant tonight. Long ball, Dackers helps it on its way. Anderson up towards the edge of the Rangers box. It's it forward to Kilty, out to Watson, left-hand side of the box, and it comes towards Dackers. He couldn't get there. This sails away from him agonisingly at the back post and behind for the goal kick, and stays Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 1.
Maybe better throwing his head at that one, Liam, to be honest. A wee diving header round the foot. It's a dying art, Dodgy, I think, the diving header. I think people do tend to just go with their feet when the option's there, but that was a good bit of play from him. Got it wide, got the ball in the box, but need more of it.
Well, when you're 6'7", you'd probably back yourself to get your head onto a ball like that,
I think it was his best chance of a contact, but for somehow he's trying to let it come across him and get the leg up and get it over the ball and try and get in the net. But the best chance of getting in the net is just throwing yourself at it with the head.
More encouraging for Killie though. A long ball from Lewis Mayo up towards Anderson, beaten in the jump by Fernandez, and clear by Diamonde forward towards Miovski. Tries to force it out to Curtis. One back row by James Brown. It's former Ross County player, infield for Tiffany. Scoops it away from Diamonde out to this near side. Barron tries to win it back, but Tiffany's done well. He's found Brown, now Dackers. Dackers wins the throw, and off Macoma on this near side, about level with the Rangers 18-yard line. Good start to the second half by Killie this. 52.5 on the clock.
Yeah, similar to the first half. They're on the front foot, they're winning first balls, they're winning second balls, they're putting in the areas. Just want a wee bit of composure now in that final third. Who's got that creativity to go and create a cross or a shot?
Brown to Tiffany, Tiffany back to Brown, Brown to Tiffany, gets his cross in with the right foot. It's knocked half away, chance here. Left-hand side of the penalty spot for Anderson. He can only stab it back to Watson. And then it's eventually back towards the edge of the centre circle with Thompson, who goes back into his own half for Mayo. Now Brown to Tiffany. First time ball goes straight to Diamonde, who's able to flick it forward to Raskan. Finds Curtis. Infield it comes to Diamonde, out to Raskan, driving down this left-hand side now, moving infield. Support arriving. Miovski's onto it. Right-hand side of the box. Miovski shoots, scores! 2 for Miovski, 2 for Rangers. Low finish into the net. It goes right in front of the Rangers supporters. And is this the moment that will light the fire for Miovski at Ibrox? He's given them a 2-0 lead in Ayrshire with a calm finish. Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 2.
It's brilliant all round from Rangers, and it's good from the referee. We've given him a bit of stick. He's
you gave him a bit of stick.
You've been involved as well. I mean, when they pick it up, I mean, Finlay Curtis is wiped out, and then they go down the left-hand side, couple of good passes, sets Raskan free, cuts in the way, goes across bodies, and he could have taken a run, I think it was, of Diamondi, and tried the little reverse pass, but he finds Miovski. He's about, 14 yards out to the right-hand side of the box. And then the one thing Thompson does is let him on into his favoured foot, and when he comes in his left foot, he kids on it, he's going to shape into the far corner but just reverses it. You'll probably find that it's going through Thompson's legs, and then that's why the goalkeeper's unsighted. But anyway, Rangers 2 up.
Do you not think, Dodgy, though, Thompson's got to just show him on his right?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Just
exactly
show him
that.
on his right.
He showed him on his favoured foot.
You know he's left-footed. He's all left-footed. Show him on his right. Make him do something. Don't get me wrong. It's a great finish. But Thompson's went, go on then, cut inside on your favoured side, open the goal up. The goalie can't move, and he just. To be fair, it was a cultured finish. It really was a nice side foot, just bottom corner, didn't lash at it, and that shows the qualities that Miovski has.
It's only a headline that could be made in 2025, I suppose, but the papers or the tabloids, I think, running that Bojan Miovski deleted his social media accounts this week, presumably because of criticism that had been coming his way. Well, he's answering the Rangers supporters' questions about the potential that he could have at Ibrox with both goals this evening. What could have been a pretty stodgy fixture for them. They've now got a bit of insurance thanks to his second goal there, and 2 fine finishes from him as Curtis picks up and drives forward infield up towards the edge of the box. Now loads of options, decides to shoot, and it's blocked by Dees. Breaks to Gassama on the far side. Long way back for Kilmarnock now as that goes out off a Killy player for a Rangers throw-in over on the far side level with the 18-yard line off Killy, taken quickly, and it's with Raskan. He's got Diamondi in close quarters, finds him. And back on the far side, Raskan's gone down off the ball as Barron picks it up, and it's back to Fernandez, forward to Curtis. His pass forward's blocked, and now it's Kilty trying desperately to win it back, but Barron does such a good job in there when he's on form, when he's in the mood. He covers every part of the pitch. It breaks down for Rangers. Dackers is onto it for Kilmarnock on the near side under pressure from Miovski. He goes back to Mayo. He gets it clear to Dackers, then back to Mayo. Difficult to see Kilmarnock getting anything out of this game now, Gary.
Aye, very difficult. They haven't really created too many clear-cut chances in the first 56 minutes. Now they're 2-0 down. And it's interesting, we talked about it, and I spoke about it, but Rangers players, when they're breaking to shoot, the referee does well again, plays the advantage. Curtis breaks through, and he actually shoots. He probably should pass that one wide, but it just shows you 2-0 up, suddenly, okay, I can shoot now. I can take that risk. Confidence. And that's a massive thing, Dodgy, as you know, and you can see them now, they've got a wee spring in their step, and they're taking that extra touch, they're playing, they're making it difficult for Kilmarnock. To be fair, they're popping it off 1 and 2 touch, and you can see them creating more. And
Curtis shoots from distance, although Miami makes the save. Beats it away out to this near side. Now it's with Raskan. Raskan with the cross ball in, it's cleared by Dees. Up into the air it goes, 57 on the clock, 2-0 to Rangers. And you can guarantee Bojan Miovski's goes at an eye in a hat-trick now, you would imagine.
Yeah, he's wanting the ball every occasion in dangerous positions. I was going to say for the goal, Kilmarnock were the ones that were looking to try and get an equaliser, and the next goal was so important, but Rangers break up the park and get it. Now it's all Rangers, the confidence is surging back into their play.
Barron flicks it to Curtis, left central position, midway inside Kilmarnock territory, out to Meghoma. Flicks it back down the line for Curtis. I'm going to take on Kilty, plays it off Kilty, and out for a Rangers throw-in level with the Kilmarnock 6-yard line. This is looking like 9 games without a win for Stuart Kettlewell. Although from 2-0 down he would absolutely take a point, but it does not look like that is going to be possible for them tonight. It's one-way traffic right now. Here's Barron, 2 minutes shy of the hour mark. It's back with Raskan, midway inside the Kilmarnock half. Looks up at the home box, takes on Polworth. Out wide right for Aarons. Can he get the cross in? He does. It's cleared by Dees. Only as far as Jagat, and he loses out, and Tiffany tries to get onto it, but nobody ahead of him. He pokes it forward only for Connor Barron, who goes back to Butland. Killie 0, Rangers 2. The Rangers back in Europa League action on Thursday, though like Kilmarnock's battle in this game, looks like they've got next to no chance of progressing as they did in the competition last season. They go to Ferencváros in Budapest in match day 6. Coverage of that here on Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland on Thursday evening. That's the early kick-off, 5:45 p.m. start in Budapest. And also in the Europa League later on in the evening, it's Celtic against Roma. In the Conference League, Aberdeen against Strasbourg. Big spending Chelsea B team effectively, but huge task for Aberdeen in that one, as it is for Rangers in the Europa League. Both teams look like heading out unless they pick up wins across the board in their final matches. And even then it might not be enough for Rangers. Here comes Curtis down the left, drives it across. Chance here, which is booted for goal by Barron, but blocked. Breaks to the edge of the area, and it's fired over the crossbar by Diamonde. Might have been wide as well, as we tick on to the hour at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 2. But I can tell you right now, Gary, the Kilmarnock supporters around about us are not enjoying this one iota.
No, and it's... I don't want to bang that drum, but it's been like this for the last 8 games before this one. Yeah, we got a point Wednesday, we got a point against Dundee United here. I think VAR helped us out against Dundee United, to be honest, with the goal, the penalty decision. But for all our endeavour, have we trouble Butland? Has he actually made a save, Dodgy? I don't think he has. And you can see the confidence going to the Rangers players. They're taking 1 and 2 touch, they're giving and going, and there you go. Look, that wee bit of lack of confidence, a misplaced pass, the boos are coming. It's not a nice place to be. You can't fault their effort. They're trying, but you need a wee bit more. You need a wee bit more composure. You need a wee bit more togetherness. The passes will be misplaced, but you need help to each other.
They needed to win this game, something to happen within the game, like score first. Because Rangers, I mean, as we said first half, like, there was nothing in the half, but Rangers got the goal. And then your Kilmarnock pushing, which I've seen a few times since I've been at Rugby Park. Motherwell, second half started well, got the goal. And then they got a lift. But that's just sucked it out of them. They needed to get an equaliser.
And Diamonde to the left-hand side of the box for Curtis up against Brown. They're going to get a cross in, it's blocked, and Kilmarnock get it away. They certainly need the next goal to kill in. It's Tiffany driving forward. They've got an opportunity here. Anderson trying to stay onside ahead of him. Tiffany rolls it to his right for Kilty. Anderson in the box. Dackers gets there too, though Rangers are getting defenders back. It's played back to Watson. They've just taken too long. Rangers have bodies back as Brown then passes it straight out of the pitch, and once again the supporters are all over Kilmarnock players.
But you see that confidence is just draining, and every week they take that extra touch now, whereas I was asking for a bit of composure and it was going forward. Now it's, I'm nervy, I better take an extra touch, I better take an extra pass. Just went back to Watson, put it in the box. You've got 4 or 5 players in there, just put it in there, make something happen. It's almost, I don't want to be the one that makes a mistake, puts his teammate in trouble, and then he passes it at the park, and it's take responsibility.
Tiffany as well, he was unlucky. He was wanting to make the pass to Anderson. Anderson made a poor run there, and we knew he was offside. He goes for early, he's got to try and hold, maybe bend it again, and then maybe Tiffany will try and play him through, but then they go wide, and as you say, Watson delays, then they pass out the park and the crowd are on them.
Free kick Kelly, it's in a decent position there, just beyond the midway point of the Rangers half, right to centre, so a chance to try and put the Rangers box under some duress here. And there's going to be changes for Rangers. Asgard and Danilo have been given a shout. There might be more than the 2. Keep an eye on that one. Kelly free kick. And the home team are going to make alterations themselves. No surprise there. They're 2-0 down in 63 minutes. Thompson and Kilty over the free kick again. They need something from somewhere. Thompson leaves it, Kilty takes it, right-footed, bent into the box and headed behind for the corner. Could have been left, but the Rangers defender who flicked it behind took no chances.
To be fair though, it's a hard ball to get a goal from. It's an outswinger away from goal. Put it in and swing it. You've got Thompson there with his left foot. He's taking the corners. Put it in the area where people can go and attack it towards the goal rather than a second phase. Yeah, I think the Rangers should have left it, but we've got a corner.
Smiovski who flicked it behind. Thompson will take it, outswinger with the left foot over on the left-hand side as Kelly attacked the goal to the right. Subs coming. In comes the Kilmarnock corner, breaks here, right-hand side, it's driven for goal, deflected, what a save by Jack Butland. It's an unbelievable save. It was Anderson's effort, which was wicked. It came off at least one player, which changed the direction of it, and Butland somehow keeps it out, and Rangers survive, and it stays 2-0 to the visitors. Brilliant goalkeeping.
What a save, absolute what, and that's what you're talking about. Kilmarnock's goalkeeper with the first goal, could he have reacted quicker? I don't know that you see it, but Butland's just kept his team clean sheet. What a save that was.
Kilmarnock claiming for a penalty meantime. It's going to go behind for a corner only. Obviously it's going to get looked back at here. But is it Anderson who's down with his arms outstretched at Kevin Clancy appealing for a penalty?
I'm not sure what Aarons is doing, because it's the Rangers player eventually kicks out. He could go and keep it in, but he lets it go and kicks it back to his goalkeeper. It's a definite corner if he's not going to give the penalty, which I think would be quite soft. He dwelt on it, and Bruce Anderson did well to get his body in front. There is a little bit of contact. Whether it's enough for a penalty, I'm not so sure.
It will be a corner, no penalty, no suggestion of a on-field review or anything like that. So Thompson, outswinger with the left foot again. Kelly need the next goal, that's for sure. In it comes, it's a header down, Butland saves and cleared. It could have fallen for a Kilmarnock body there, but fortunately from a Rangers point of view, it fell to one of their defenders, and I think it was Fernandez who walloped it clear out for a throw-in.
He's won the header against Diamondi, does it? It's a mismatch and he knocks it down, but Butland does well to beat it away while these subs are just going to be about made.
Yeah, we'll get these out of the way. Tyrese John Jules has come on and he's going to replace Kilty, and the other alterations, Tom Lowry, these two dropped out of the starting 11 tonight, and he's come on for Dackers.
Do you not think Butland could have held that one there, does he?
I'm just making sure. See the first shot, maybe it's my eyes that's deceiving me. Did it eventually get to him, or did it just ricochet away?
No, it looked like he saved it.
Thompson on the ball for Kelly, back into his own. That's been a better few minutes for the home team. Those Rangers changes are coming as well shortly. There's a flicked header to the right angle of the Rangers box for Tiffany. Couldn't get it dug out from under his feet. Rangers clear. Polworth picks it up. Brown with the cross ball's a good one. Thompson was hoping to get in the end of it, but Gassama at the last who gets it clear. And he's managed to get back onto it out on the far side as he drives forward up towards the halfway line. Into the centre circle. Switches it out to the left for Jaden Meghoma. Danilo waiting to come on for Rangers. It is Raskan. They lead 2-0 to the visitors. Poor ball forward by Raskan, given away. Here's Anderson for Kilmarnock. And out to this near side, it's Brown forward to Anderson. Anderson has an option and Watson to the right. Instead, it's the ball into the area for John Jules. No foul, he's on it. He shoots, deflected wide. It's a chance, but eventually the whistle goes to give Rangers a free kick inside their own box.
To be fair, it looked a foul. I've got to be honest. I don't know why he's waited, Kevin, to come on to get a shot and go and then stop it for a free kick. Some of his decisions to back Dodgy up have been a wee bit baffling.
I don't think it's intentional with John Jules to catch Aarons, but he just tried to run round the back of him and just clip one another, and Aarons goes down. That's why the free kick's given. I think they're trying to let the move finish again, and then the old usual, if it's a goal, VAR will have a look at it.
Danilo's going to come on, sorry Billy, Danilo's going to come on for Diamondi here. Again, that was one of the changes Danny Rohl made to his starting 11 tonight, dropping Danilo out of the team. But on he will come and replace the number 10. It's a pat in the back from his manager. 68 on the clock, Killy 0, Rangers 2 remains the scoreline. Remember, coverage here on BBC Radio Scotland with Sports Sound to come tomorrow. Top of the table, clash at Celtic Park. as the champions face the leaders, albeit just leading on goal difference now, having played a game more than Celtic. And that's going to be some head-to-head as Wilfred Nancy takes charge of Celtic for the first time against one of the most experienced campaigners in the dugout in this country, in the shape of Derek McInnes. So an intriguing afternoon in prospect here. Rangers are, as it stands, picking up 3 points, but it's John Jules for Kilmarnock as he turns it out to Thompson wide in the left, and kind of went just behind him there, so it took the momentum of any attack away from Kilmarnock there. Goes back to Mayo, low ball forward here, just on the halfway line. It is scooped forward by Lowry, looking for John Jules, who goes down, barged to the ground by Fernandez. Such a cheap concession, and this is a couple of yards from the near side touchline, level with the penalty spot of Rangers, who, since going 2-0 up, have kind of went to sleep a little bit.
They've kind of fell out the game a wee bit. They've kind of become disjointed a wee bit. People in the wrong positions. They just look as if they're lopsided. There's too many over one side of the park. And
there was a kind of 5-minute spell after the second goal when it looked like they were going to take serious stranglehold of this game. That's completely gone now.
Aye, totally gone. It looks like Kilmarnock are the team that's up 2-0 at the minute, rather than Rangers. It just seems that they look disjointed. I don't know if Danilo's coming on is maybe going to settle that down, but Kilmarnock's changes seem to have helped them.
Dom Thompson over the free kick, as I said, level with the Rangers penalty spot in this near side. And Killie find a route back into this. Left-footed, was a good one as well. The header flashed well wide in the end by Watson. Any kind of meat on that header, or more meat than he was able to put on the header there. And he's maybe caressing that into the far left corner of the net, although he didn't, and it stays Killie 0, Rangers 2, and Rangers have a goal kick.
He might have been listening to me finally putting an in-swinger towards the goal. If he does get a wee bit more on it, it ends up in the other corner.
It's a terrible ball out by Butland. Kilmarnock on at the edge of the box. Tiffany with the effort. Shout for handball there as it was blocked outside the box though. Vascan at the second time of asking gets it clear. Dees collects just outside the centre circle and rolls it low to his right for Mayo, and out to Brown on this near side. Digs it out down the right hand side. Fernandez gets there. There's an offside flag against Anderson anyway. Well, there'll be a free kick to Rangers deep inside their own half. Heading for the 3 points here. They would take them above Hibernian in the Premiership and level on points with third place Motherwell with a game in hand as well. Motherwell winners over Livingston earlier on. Watch, Stamatolopoulos and Longolo were on the score sheet. Hibs were 3-0 winners over Falkirk. Boyle with a penalty, Bowie with a double. St Mirren 2-0 winners over Dundee United. McMenamin and Bacchus. Aberdeen 3-1 winners at Dens. Aushish with a couple. Nisbet with a spectacular late goal after Astley and giving Dundee hope. That was the story of the 3 o'clock kickoffs in the Premiership. This is the final action of the day. The late kick-off this Saturday evening. Rangers leading 2-0. Kilmarnock know if they can get the next goal, and it comes soon. Oh, there's a red card for Stuart. Is it Stuart Kettlewell or Stevie Frail? I think it's Kettlewell. Yeah, Kettlewell's been sent off. The Kilmarnock manager kind of sums up where things are for him right now. The Killie boss, and the reaction from the Kilmarnock supporters to Stuart Kettlewell is pretty telling right now as he makes his way up the narrow tunnel down below us at Rugby Park. And there was plenty gesticulating going on from the home supporters to the Killie boss. I think it's fair to say the home supporters, Gary, are running out of time and running out of patience with the current incumbent here. And you see the reaction from some of them there.
Yeah, he's frustrated, I get it, but you're the leader. You've got to show more composure than that. The players need to see a calm head in the touchline. I'm sure it's not Stuart's finest moment, shall we say, just there, and then he's booted the water bottle as well, and you're like, come on. The team need to be led and to be seen to be know what you're doing. It just looks a wee bit hot-headed there, and it's not a good look. It really isn't a good look. To be fair, Kilmarnock have been in the ascendancy since
Rangers are giving away a really poor corner there, and Kilmarnock have an opportunity to get back into the box.
Don't know what he's thinking. Really lets it bounce, then tries to be flashy and bring it down, and instead of just hooking it.
So Rangers team's been assembled for multiple millions against a Kilmarnock team that clearly hasn't. Yet there's not much between them in the actual game of football. albeit Rangers have scored twice through Bojan Miovski, and that's making the big difference. Kilmarnock corner, Thompson to take, left-footed into the box it comes, headed for goal, headed wide though. Not sure who got the final touch onto that, might have been Dees. In any case, it's gone well wide, and it stays Killie 0, Rangers 2 with 73.5 on the clock. Chermiti and Moore are going to come on for the visitors here. Double change. That's going to be a triple change. Tavernier's coming on too. For Rangers, Danny Rohl trying to freshen things up a little bit, quite clearly. Sleeping a little bit the last 10-15 minutes. You'll be desperate for Kilmarnock not to get the next goal, because then Rangers become embroiled again. They've got that insurance policy of the 2-0 lead right now as it stands. Killie have a throw in on the far side, which has been taken quickly and back to Thompson.
You're right, the only thing Rangers have got to worry about, because you thought they were going to maybe get 3-4 goals, is not bring any pressure upon themselves in it. And that, what I mean by that is give Killie a goal. Yeah.
Kilmarnock, John Jules has got in behind from Brown, he's inside the box, defender sticks to him, it goes behind, it's going to have to be a corner only for John Jules, and could he have done better with that? It's a great ball by Brown in behind the defender.
Has to shoot, he's given the defender the opportunity, and to be fair, the defender's got back well, but he's made a great run, he's got it goal side of him. Just shoot, have a shot. If you don't shoot, you don't score, and this man beside me will tell you that. He shot more often than a lot of strikers I know, and generally scored, and mostly against me as well.
I can't believe he never shot on that occasion. I mean, he's got half a yard, he's 14 yards at the angle, goalkeeper's not set, going hit.
Thompson takes the corner, it's headed away there on the 6-yard line, pretty decisively by Fernandez. Kilmarnock pass it out to the left, but it's gone straight out by Lowry for a Rangers throw-in. And now that triple change will be made. Tavernier will replace Kisama in the first of them. James Tavernier clocking up the appearances for Rangers. He is obviously in his 11th season at the club. He is now, as he comes on, to make appearance number 542. He's now just 4 behind Derek Johnston, sitting 8th in the appearance all-time list for Rangers, and as I said, closing in on Johnston. Another couple of realistic targets for him in that all-time appearance list for Rangers for Tavernier. A few he's clearly not going to catch now at the age of 34. And on he comes, and Miovski coming off as well. He's got his 2 goals. He'll not be getting a hat-trick, obviously. On comes Mikey Moore. And Chermiti's on as well.
Curtis has been off.
Curtis, who came on off the bench in the first half to replace the injured Bayrami, has come back off. Not sure if that's just a match fitness issue, but anyway, those are the 3 changes for Rangers right now. We played 76. The visitors leading at Rugby Park by 2-0. Kilmarnock pick up inside their own half. It's dinged forward, it's gone straight with Raskan, who scoops it up high into the air towards the Kilmarnock box, and it's headed away by Mayo. Drops just left of the centre circle. It's near side for Nekhoma. Goes back to Giga, who finds Barron. Oh, it's a terrible back pass, and Kilmarnock could be in here. Butland comes out, wipes out the player. Did he get enough of the ball? Was it a fair enough challenge? Yes, it was, says Kevin Clancy. And because it's outside the box, unless they deem it to be a red card offence, that will not be looked at again. Thompson for Killie comes charging towards the area, looking for John Jules. It's cut out clear by Rangers and out for a throw-in on the far side. Butland certainly committed to that.
I actually think he got the ball first, and like you said, it's outside the box. It's a good full-blooded challenge, to be honest, and I don't know what Rangers were doing, to be honest, that Anderson got in there, but I've got to say, you give Butland credit there. He wasn't sleeping, he was right on his front foot, and he's coming out. This is one of those challenges.
Of all the misplaced passes that we've seen this season, that's right up there. That's in the top 3.
Did he hit it off somebody that seemed to slow it down though? I thought he's turned and he's rolled it back, and he's hit it, and it's clicked off somebody and slowed it down. Anderson's onto it, but I think he's got the ball and then wiped out the man, and he's got a sore one, Anderson.
And the keepers normally get away with that when they come out outside their box and they clear the ball, and whereas in a midfielder these days, if they clear the ball and come through somebody, it's as Dodgy wants, he wants them booked, but goalies get away with it.
I mean, it's a great last-ditch challenge. If that was a centre-back, you'd be praising him to the hilt. The goalkeeper coming out there.
You don't see many centre-backs do that these days. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to get that one spot on, because if he's got it, but if he misses the ball, he's out of control. He'll be off, there's no doubt about it, especially if Anderson just gets a little nick to get away from him. But anyway, Butland bailed out his Conor Barron on that occasion, because the back pass was shot.
Kelly throwing. This game on again. Looks like Anderson is going to be okay to come back on. Stevie Frail in charge of things for Kelly down there as the throw comes into the box, headed away by Rascan. It's going to be Lowry knocking it out to Thompson on the left-hand side. There is support out there if he wants it. He turns to face his own goal and rolls it back to Mayo. Mayo with a long ball to absolutely nobody. And out it goes for a throw-in on the far side to Rangers, deep inside their own half with 11 of the 90 to play. Killie nil, Rangers 2.
You know what's interesting, Liam? You can see the body language of Kilmarnock players when they make a bad pass or that. They just suddenly, the shoulders slump forward, the head's down. Bad passes happen, just get on with it. You don't go out intentionally to make it. We know it's tough, but their wee bit of body language is just giving off that negativity at the minute.
Next up for Killie is a trip to Aberdeen next Sunday. Aberdeen unbeaten in 9, rediscovered a bit of their mojo. I have to say, I don't think Aberdeen have hit top form at all yet. They were very good in the first half against Dundee today, in particular. The fits and starts, but they're stringing results together. Unbeaten run, and that's going to be a difficult afternoon potentially for Killie. That'll be next Sunday. The
only good thing is Aberdeen are playing on the Thursday, and that maybe help Kilmarnock. And it's normally not a bad hunting ground for us.
Here come Rangers down the right-hand side. They look for a third and killer goal with Aarons. On the far side, he loses out though. He was eventually overcrowded. Breaks to Rascan though, who doesn't get great contact on it, but Barron's onto it now in any case. He goes back to Fernandez. To Mekhoma on this near side. Infield for Moore. Lovely turn by Mikey Moore up to the edge of the box. Moore going all the way himself. It's a brilliant goal! Brilliant goal. That sent his manager down the touchline in celebration. The on-loan Spurs winger with an outstanding run into the box. He danced and he fires it into the bottom right corner. That will settle it for Rangers. And what's looking like a very impressive scoreline here in Ayrshire. And what could have been a difficult evening with less than 10 of the 90 to play. It's Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 3, and it is explosive from Mikey Moore.
It's so well taken from a player who's come into a bit of form. You can see he's confident. Been out the team with an injury when he was just hitting top form, scoring at Dundee, and it's similar type goal when he just picks up, opens the body up. He's one of those players that can get his body around and get at the central defence. Then he just shifts onto the right foot and curves it away in that far corner, and it's game over for Kilmarnock, I'm afraid.
Do you know what's really good about him, Dodgy? He's a man in it, and the boys, for his age, he's a man. He's got a man's build. He's got the strength and the core and the backside, shall we say. So he takes the ball, he turns strong, and he gets away. But the composure to finish, whereas early in the season he was probably snatching at them. He was trying to find that bit of confidence. Whereas, like you said, the goal at Dundee and then that one today, that's class beyond his years, to be honest.
Yeah, brilliant from the 18-year-old on loan from Spurs, as I say. And that is his second Rangers goal. His other came at Dens as Kilmarnock come up the other end. The ball forwards cut out by Fernandez, who's then fouled by Tiffany. And then Thompson is, after the whistle had gone smashing into Barron, and now Rascan's got him by the top of his shirt and goes head to head with Thompson. There was no real need for Dom Thompson to go into that challenge on Barron. And he's just frustrated, and he's now booked. And Rangers have a 3-0 win, and if you come to Rugby Park and score 3 times unanswered, you're always happy, regardless of who you are.
Yeah, and have they had to work hard for their goals? I'm not so sure. Like you said, Miovski's had 2 good finishes. The first one's instinctive. The second one,
3 great finishes, actually.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Miovski's and poor defending, show him inside. Mikey Moore's great bit of individual quality to get turned, and it's a great finish. It's 3 good finishes without really being too much in the game. Would you say it's a 3-0 game?
And understand what you're saying. It's just quality in the final third, which Rangers have not had a lot of over the last few months, but quality in the final third for Rangers has won the game, even from going back to Miofsky's toe poke and then his little reverse into the far corner, and then that one from Mikey Moore just bending it in the far corner. So Kilmarnock just don't look confident when they get in the final third. As you said, Gary, there's nobody hitting a shot, there's nobody hitting an effort. Even if you blaze it over the crossbar, it's as if they need a goal to get that confidence up, and then everybody will join in. Can't have that, or you're in trouble.
Free kick for Rangers on this near side, which Raskan's going to take, but 10 yards inside his own half.
The thing is, Liam, I don't know where a win's coming from. That's the thing. I don't see us putting a performance for 90 minutes to get us ahead of the game.
Right, so it's Aberdeen next week, and then it's Falkirk. That's the 2 games before Christmas. Falkirk come here. But actually, Rugby Park has been nowhere near the solitude that it has been in previous seasons.
No, we've actually played better away from home.
Yeah.
Maybe we're more solid, we're more behind the ball.
Yeah, Rangers fancy more here. Danilo finds Moore. Brilliant finish again! Right angle, tight angle, and Moore dinks it from right into the left corner of the net for Rangers' 4th goal. 2 moments of sheer class from Mikey Moore are making this a very happy evening for the Rangers supporters, who were right behind that there. Class finish with 5 to play. Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 4.
I'm just wondering if there's a foul on Watson in the build-up. I've got to be honest, I hope there isn't, because it was a great finish. It's a great finish, and I'm sitting here with my car head on thinking, please be a foul, but you can't take that away from the young man. That is class. To get it in for that tight an angle.
I was at Stamford Bridge as a young boy, and Kenny Dalglish dinked one like that for Liverpool against Chelsea when they won the league, and then reminds me of another Kenny Dalglish goal, I think, against Bruges, just with a little dink and it just slow motion. It was a brilliant finish. But I've got to say, Watson was wiped out, and he was right at the referee away. They are having a look.
Yeah, Gary called it, so VAR check is ongoing. It's not going to affect the outcome of the match, but
and it's one of those, you don't want it to be brought back, to be honest. I'm a Kilmarnock fan, everybody knows that. I wouldn't mind it being a foul for us, but that finish, it's something you don't see every week.
Yeah, well, if it does stand, it takes Rangers to win within 1 goal of going above Motherwell in the league. Right now, this is Kevin Clancy's going to come on and have a look at it, so it might be that this one.
Can he not just take
scrapped.
The VAR decision that it's a foul? Why is he having to look at it?
Well, he'll have been called over by Gavin Duncan, who's the VAR, and advised.
So Gavin doesn't want to take the responsibility.
Well, I think it's down to the referee, isn't it? He's got to make the final decision on it, and that's what he's doing. He's having a look at the replays. Kilmarnock, as it stands here, this goal stands sitting on 12 points, minus 15 goal difference, just 1 goal ahead of Dundee. In that regard, both Killie and Dundee have an inferior goal difference to even bottom place Livingston just now. Livy are adrift by 4 points at the foot of the table. Kevin Clancy's had a look at the replays. 9 times out of 10 it's going to be ruled out, and it has been. No goal. It was a foul in the build-up, so it was a fabulous finish by Mikey Moore, but it's not going to go down in the ledger as a goal. Might still add it to the show reel, and he'd have every entitlement to do just that if he does. 87 played, Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 3 it remains.
Well, like I said, my Kilmarnock head on, I'm delighted, but as a neutral, if you're watching it, what a finish, what a run, what a ball, what a finish. But unfortunately, it's been, you can't have it in these highlight reels.
There will be Aarons up the other end to boot it behind for a Kilmarnock corner. This has been since that third Rangers goal scored by Moore, you knew the points were destined to go up the M77 to Glasgow. And it's been a difficult evening for the Kilmarnock supporters, and many of them have headed for home. As the corner comes in towards the back post, and it's beaten everyone, including Dees, who was at the back stick. He can't get anything onto it. It goes behind for the goal kick, and Rangers continue to lead by 3-0, and suddenly Billy Dodge, this game can't end quickly enough for the Killie supporters.
Yeah, I had that feeling. I mean, once Rangers get to half time 1-0 up, you're thinking, right, next goal really important. Killie get it. I mean, they could go on and win the game because it would have just sprung them into life and given them that confidence boost required. But Rangers get it, and then they have that 5-minute spell where you think this could be 3, 4, 5, and then the weather, not a storm, but the Kilmarnock have a spell when Rangers get through it, and then they get the third goal, and it's game over, and they look as if they want more now.
4 or 5 years since Kilmarnock went this long without a win. 2021. That was a stretch of 10 without victory. And this one would take it to 9. So they are in a hole, and it's beginning to look like, when you look at the table, St Mirren are beginning to pick up a little bit just now, so they've kind of shifted themselves away from that danger zone down there, albeit just 2 ahead of Killie and Dundee, but 6 clear of the bottom side, Livingston or St Mirren just now, so they look like they're going in one direction. And their draw at Pittodrie and their excellent win over Dundee United this afternoon. But the sides at the bottom there, Gary, those bottom 3, Kilmarnock, Dundee, Livingston, is looking tough for them, isn't it?
It's the first year for a long time that I've seen such a gap between like the top 6, 7 and the bottom. Yeah. And it looks like from St Mirren down, I know St Mirren get the win today, but even them, it looks tough for them to get in the top 6. I can't see anyone below that getting top 6. So you're almost scrapping them. We're only in early December, and that's not a good thing to have. The thing is, everybody's looking at us. 2 points in 9 games. It's no recipe for success.
Where does this leave Stuart Kettlewell? I mean, this is a mismatch financially. But this has been going on for a couple of months now, and you can see the reaction from the Kilmarnock supporters as 5 minutes are added on, and we're into the first of them with Rangers 3-0 up.
Like, even when I played and Dodgy was at Rangers, you knew the games against Rangers and Celtic wouldn't have determined where you would end up in the league, because Rangers and Celtic win predominantly 90% of their games, so they beat the teams round about you. But it's the performances. We always gave Rangers a game, although we lost Dodgy to you now and again. We did beat you sometimes, but you were always in a game. It was hard fought. This hasn't been a hard. There's been hustle and bustle. It's been scrappy at times, but like I said, Butland's made 1 save in a game. They're the away team. You should be testing the goalkeeper more. You should be having more. And by the way, there's been enough attacking players on the pitch. You can't point a finger at Stuart Kettlewell and say, oh, he's played 1 striker and it's all defensive midfielders. He's had attacking players in the park. It's how do you use them? How do you get the ball in the areas for them to then go and attack and create? We've not done enough of it. And like I said, body language is a big thing. Players have went into their shell a wee bit, and it's hard work.
Game's petering out here, but it's a long one forward by Lowry. John Jules has it at the edge of the box on his left foot. He shoots, Butland saves, go behind for the corner. Butland's made a few decent stops this evening.
But just on the back of what Gary said, that has to for Kilmarnock to turn the corner, that has to happen more often. I don't care if you miss it or you hook it 10 yards past the post, just get an effort away, because it lifts the crowd and the players on the pitch become confident. But that was better from John Jules. He picks up the ball, just drags it, hits a left footer, nearly goes in, and you can see like, oh, we live, we nearly scored. It's only way it'll turn.
22 conceded in these 9 matches as well. As Thompson takes the corner, Butland bats it away with both hands, and then Nakoma completes the clearance. We played 2 of the 5 minutes that were added on at the end. Rangers 3-0 up as the offside flag was up against either Anderson again or Dom Thompson on this near side. And since they last won a game, it was a 3-0 defeat here to Hearts, 3-1 at Ibrox, 1-0 here to Aberdeen, 3-1 at Falkirk, 4-0 at Celtic. It was 3-1 against Motherwell. There was the draw against United and Hearts that preceded this one tonight. He was out of play for a throw-in on this near side.
And I'll be honest, we haven't looked like winning any of the games. Even the Hearts and the Dundee United one, where we picked up points, we haven't looked like winning them. Let's not kid ourselves on. It's not been And this is to go back to David's point for the start this exciting start of the season with 4 unbeaten. It's 4 draws. We need to get away from that. That's just leading into the false hope that we're playing better football than so-called under Derek, but Derek got results.
Trying to play for a Rangers throw-in on the near side. Homa is over it midway inside the Kilmarnock half. Next up for Rangers, obviously Ferencvaros. After that it's Hibernian. That's going to be on the Monday night, so they've actually got an extra day to recover. That because the League Cup final has been contested in Glasgow on the Sunday when they would ordinarily have played it. But some run of fixtures for Rangers coming up. Hibs at home, they're then at Tynecastle, they're then at home to Motherwell, then it's home to St Mirren before they go to Celtic Park, and then it's a double header with Aberdeen. Some fixtures over the course of the next 4 weeks for Danny Rohl.
Yeah, exciting coming up to the festive period, but a big club with a big squad, you've got to go and handle them, and they've handled this one tonight. Must give them confidence get into that run of fixtures, but they are difficult, so they'll do well to pick up points and maybe even get a result in Europe.
No, but Dodgy, that's the thing. I always go back to like our time. Rangers played day games, you played day games, probably harder games, and it wasn't you didn't bat an eyelid. Rangers are a massive club in Britain, not just Scotland, in Britain. They shouldn't care who they're playing, and that's a narrative I think, Dodgy, they're getting away with. They've got a tough fixture schedule. Rangers used to thrive in that. Celtic thrive in it. Now it seems to be this is hard. This is they've got tough games coming up. Get away from that. It's Rangers, and that's what we talked about, the mentality of the players. They need to have that mentality of, I play for Rangers. I should be coping day in, day out, playing these big games, not it's a tough schedule.
We're into the final minute of stoppage time. It's basically just petered out there on the pitch. And before tonight, it continued to be Rangers' worst league season since 2006 under Paul Le Guen. Just 1 point better off than they were under Le Guen after 14 matches, albeit it's going to be a 3-0 victory here in East Ayrshire, and there is the final whistle. The Kilmarnock fans boo their team. They are not happy. It's 9 games without a win for them, but for Rangers, without really having to be close to their best tonight, they've ended up comfortable victors here. A Miovski double either side of half-time. 2 excellent finishes. Mikey Moore, though, with the goal of the game. The substitute not long on. Great drive from midfield from the left-hand side. Drove into the box and fired home into the right corner of the net. He would have one ruled out for a VAR check afterwards. A foul on David Watson in the build-up, so that didn't count. That was another excellent finish, but it doesn't count. The Rangers supporters off to our left aren't caring about that, because they have emerged with all 3 points as they go level on points with third place Motherwell, with a game in hand over the Steelmen as well. And in their minds, it's 3 points closer to the top 2. Stuart Kettlewell was ordered off in the midst of all that. Bruce Anderson at 0-0 missed a one-on-one, which was initially flagged for offside. It was proven by pictures afterwards that he was inside his own half, so had he finished, it would have been overturned and the goal would have counted. But it didn't matter in the end, because Butland saved it. Butland made another couple of smart stops in the second half to keep Kilmarnock at bay. They next go to Pittodrie. Rangers next go to Budapest in the Europa League. It looks futile for them on the continent, but perhaps not so much in the Premiership if they keep churning out results like this. That keeps them unbeaten in the Premiership in 19, dating back to Paisley last Boxing Day. It finished here at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock 0, Rangers 3.
On digital